Wait, is Lexie Carver actually going to survive this nightmare? Are the writers really about to have Dr. Wilhelm Rolf whip up a third dose of that crazy resurrection serum to keep Lexie alive? And get this, Lexie's ultimate fate might actually depend entirely on us, the fans. If you love her, you need to campaign for her return right now. Hey Days fans, welcome back to the channel. Today is a beautiful day to unpack some massive Salem drama. I have got so much DiMera and Carver chaos to break down for you today, and trust me, you are not going to want to miss a single second of this analysis. If you are obsessed with Days of Our Lives like I am, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Let's talk about the latest sneak peek photos, because my jaw is literally on the floor. Lexie Carver, Abe Carver, and Theo Carver are front and center, and things are getting incredibly weird and highly emotional. We all know Lexie's health is rapidly failing. The Versavix serum is wearing off, and Dr. Rolf has basically admitted that she is a ticking time bomb. But in these new photos, Theo Carver and Abe Carver are looking completely skeptical of Lexie's behavior. Lexie ends up sending Abe and Theo on some random bizarre errand. We see Abe and Theo chatting over in Horton Town Square, looking super confused about why Lexie rushed them out of the house. But here is where it gets absolutely insane. When Abe Carver and Theo Carver return home, they are completely blindsided. Lexie Carver has decorated the entire apartment for Christmas. Yes, you heard me right. Christmas. In the middle of summer? Lexie is throwing a full-blown holiday celebration right now. Abe and Theo are visibly shocked in these photos. You can see the absolute terror and heartbreak in Abe's eyes because he knows exactly what this means. Lexie thinks she is running out of time. Lexie wants to experience one last Christmas with her family before she dies. It is gut-wrenching. But despite their massive worries, Abe and Theo agree to celebrate. They just want to soak up every single second with Lexie and give her this beautiful moment. Let's be real for a second. This classic soap opera love triangle between Abe Carver, Lexie Carver, and Paulina Price deserves way more screen time. When Lexie returned from the dead and realized her beloved Abe had moved on and married Paulina, the writers handed us an absolute goldmine of soapy drama. Paulina Price stepped aside so nobly for the sake of Abe and Theo, and everyone is suffering so beautifully. We had all the makings of an epic, years-long storyline. So why on earth are the writers seemingly cutting this short? Killing Lexie off again right after bringing her back is a massive mistake. I am honestly furious that they are rushing this tragedy. We need to see Abe torn between his past and his present for months, not weeks. But hold on a second, because I have a wild prediction. I honestly believe that Lexie Carver is not going to die. I think the writers are faking us out with this heartbreaking Christmas scene. I predict that Days of Our Lives is going to have Dr. Wilhelm Rolf formulate a third dose of that experimental serum to keep Lexie alive for a while longer. Think about it. EJ DiMera is completely panicking right now. EJ knows that if Lexie dies, Abe Carver is going to destroy him. EJ will absolutely force Dr. Rolf back into that DiMera lab to whip up a miracle. EJ has too much to lose, and his massive ego will not let his resurrection science fail. And here is the biggest spoiler of all, guys. I truly believe that Lexie's permanent survival depends entirely on the audience. The writers are testing the waters with this recast. Nikki Crawford is absolutely killing it as Lexie Carver. Her chemistry with James Reynolds is off the charts, and she brings such a raw, emotional depth to the character, but the network wants to see if the fans are connecting with her. If you love Lexie Carver, if you want her to stay in Salem, you need to campaign for her return. Get on social media, tag the writers, and demand that they keep Lexie alive. The power is literally in our hands. Let's take a trip down memory lane, because this storyline is bringing up so much rich history. Remember back in 2012? Lexie Carver died from a fatal brain tumor caused by toxic gases in the DiMera tunnels. It was one of the most heartbreaking deaths in the history of Days of Our Lives. Stefano DiMera's actions inadvertently killed his own daughter. Now, years later, Stefano's son, EJ DiMera, is playing God with Lexie's life. EJ resurrected Lexie, but his flawed science is killing her all over again. The parallels are absolutely brilliant, and the actor playing EJ is delivering a masterful performance as a desperate, arrogant DiMera patriarch who refuses to accept defeat. And we cannot talk about this without mentioning Theo Carver. Tyler Joseph Andrews is breaking my heart into a million pieces. Theo lost his mother when he was just a kid. He endured immense trauma. Having Lexie back was a literal miracle for Theo, and now he is forced to watch her slip away again. When Theo and Abe walk into that Christmas-decorated apartment, the pain on Theo's face is palpable. He knows his mother is acting erratically because the serum is destroying her brain, just like the brain tumor did. It is cruel, but it is fantastic soap opera television. The emotional stakes have never been higher for the Carver family. I also want to talk about Paulina Price. Jackie Harry is a complete legend, and the writers are giving her such incredible material. Paulina is watching from the sidelines as the love of her life celebrates a fake Christmas with his resurrected ex-wife. The angst is unbelievable. Paulina loves Abe so much that she is willing to sacrifice her own happiness so Abe can be with Lexie in her final days. But if Dr. Rolf actually manages to create a third serum and Lexie survives long-term, what happens to Paulina? Does she just stay in the background forever? I do not think so. Paulina is a fighter, and if Lexie sticks around, we are going to see a fierce battle for Abe's heart. Abe Carver has always been the moral compass of Salem. James Reynolds has played this character with such dignity for decades. Watching Abe physically attack EJ DiMera in the hospital room recently was a massive shock to the system. Abe snapped, and honestly, EJ deserved it. EJ brought Lexie back without permission, treated her like a lab rat, and now she is paying the ultimate price. If Lexie dies during this bizarre Christmas celebration in the middle of summer, Abe will never, ever forgive EJ. The DiMera and Carver families will be at war permanently, and Salem will never be the same. Let's talk about the Christmas scene again, because the sheer psychological terror of Lexie decorating that tree is brilliant. It reminds me of the classic soap opera tropes where a character knows their time is up, so they try to cram a lifetime of memories into a single afternoon. Lexie sending Abe and Theo to Horton Town Square was just a distraction. She probably scrambled around that apartment, pulling out old ornaments, crying over memories of Theo's childhood, and desperately trying to create one last perfect moment. It is a brilliant, devastating writing choice. I can already see the Emmy reels for Nikki Crawford and James Reynolds. But again, guys, this does not have to be the end. The soap opera genre is famous for miraculous saves at the 11th hour. Dr. Rolf is a mad scientist who has brought countless people back from the dead. A third dose of the Versavix serum is completely plausible in the world of Salem. The writers are giving themselves an out. They are leaving the door cracked open, just in case the fan reaction is overwhelmingly positive. I am telling you, if we make enough noise, Lexie Carver will be saved. We have the power to change the script and rewrite Salem history. So I need to hear from every single one of you in the comments right now. Do you want Dr. Rolf to save Lexie Carver with a third dose of the serum, or do you think her time in Salem is officially up? Should Abe Carver stay with Lexie, or does he belong with Paulina Price? Drop your wild predictions down below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more daily Days of Our Lives deep dives. Until next time, stay soapy, Salem fans.